to my videos. And for those of you who've been following right along, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video finds you all healthy and well, and that you're ready to do some chair yoga. So with that being said, all you'll need is a chair, preferably without arms, and maybe some water just in case you get a little thirsty and want to take a little water break. And feel free to do that at any point throughout the video. Also make sure that there's nothing sticking out from underneath your chair or nothing around you. We will be getting up and down today, so make sure that you have plenty of room. We also want to make sure we have lots of room next to us so that we can open our arms pretty wide today as well. With that being said, let's get started. So we can take our hands with either the palms of our hands down into our thighs if we'd like to feel a little bit more grounded. If we've got a lot going on in our minds, in our lives, feel free to bring the palms down and that should help ground you a bit. But if we're feeling a little sluggish or we just really need something from the universe, feel free to let the backs of your hands rest on your thighs and the palms of the hands can just face up to receive whatever it is that you may need to receive from the universe. And then go ahead and close your eyes or come to a soft gaze. Lengthening from the crown of our head towards the sky. Feeling the energy begin to flow up and down your spine as we make our way into our practice today. Just noticing how you're feeling this moment in time. Letting go of thoughts of the past or of the future. Focusing just on the present moment. And how are you feeling today in this present moment? Are there any areas that may need a little extra love and attention? Or are there areas that are feeling exceptionally well today? Just acknowledge all of that, just knowing how you're feeling. And with that being said, remembering that this practice is just for you. If something doesn't feel right, please feel free to back out of it. Just because I'm telling you to or asking you to do something doesn't mean that it's necessarily right for your body. So listen to your body, make any adjustments that you need throughout our entire practice. So now as we quiet our minds, again, not worrying about the past or the future, let's focus only on our breath. So focusing on the breath as it comes in through your nose, all the way down, filling your lungs, allowing your belly to expand. And as that breath follows the path on the way out, allow your belly to soften, your ribs to come a little closer together as it passes through your lungs and back out your nose. So let's match our inhales with our exhale. And make this breath an audible breath, so you can really focus on the breath today. So focus on the sound of your breath as you inhale and exhale. So we'll focus on the sound of our breath for about 3 or 4 breaths. And then just come to a nice, easy, slow breath. Allow the shoulders to melt away from your ears. Unclench your jaw. Just breathe. Trying to match our inhale with our exhale. Let's take one more long breath in and a long exhale out. in, sweep your arms overhead, palms to touch. Exhale as we pull our hands down through heart center, plugging our thumbs into our heartbeat. Gently bowing our chin down towards our chest and allowing our eyes to slowly flutter open. Let's bring our head back to center. Again, just feeling the shoulders melting away from our ears as we take our right ear towards our right shoulder. Making our way back to center. Let's drop our left ear to our left shoulder. Making our way back to center. We can slowly look towards the sky, relaxing your jaw one more time. Taking the head back far enough where you can feel that stretch through your throat, but not so far that we're compressing our spine. Bringing our eyes to center. One more time, we can gently bow our chin, tucking that chin down to our chest. We'll make our way back to center. Let's pull the hands away from our heart, and we'll start to bring the elbows down so that they're coming towards one another, and then just gently lift the elbows. So while we start to add some movement here, make sure that the shoulders stay down and roll down your back rather than letting them come up with the elbows. It's not always an easy thing to do. And we'll do that one more time. And we'll bring the elbows up. And from here, let's push our hands over to the right as we look to the left. Making our way all the way back to center, pushing our hands to the left as we look to the right. And we'll make our way back to center, starting to peel our hands away from one another. The elbows start to come wide to the side. And then we'll just push the palms of our hands away from us. Again, the shoulders stay down our back, but our fingertips go towards the sky. And then we'll just take our fingers towards the ground. And then bring them up. And one more time, down. From here, let's bring the hands forward with our fingertips down. And again, we'll reach the fingers up and down and up. And down. Now let's bring those fingers up and we'll just rotate here so the palms stay forward and the fingers rotate out and in. Working into our shoulders, just starting to wake everything up. Good, now let's hold here and take the palm of your left hand to the back of your right hand. We'll just gently push our arms forward, rounding through our upper back, tucking our chin towards our chest. And then we'll come back to center. Switching sides, taking the palm of our right hand now to the back of our left hand, pushing through our upper body when we round through our spine. And we'll come back to center, releasing the hands so they come all the way down, and we'll sweep the arms overhead with a big breath in. And as we exhale, let's take the hands down and back to the back of our chair. So our shoulder blades roll towards one another. And then we can gently tuck our chin towards our chest. And slowly make our way up towards the sky. Bringing our eyes back to center, and we'll start to hinge forward. I apologize, we're having apparently a hailstorm here, so that's the noise you're hearing. Hopefully it's not too distracting. And hopefully we don't lose power here, so you can still see me. Alright, so we can stay here, and your hands can come underneath your chair, or they can come up a little bit higher. And then we'll just start to hinge forward. So let's release our hands and bring them to our thighs, and we come into our cat and cow. So with our cow, we'll drop our belly towards the ground, shine our heart through, looking up at a slight angle and taking a big breath in. As we exhale into our cat, we'll round through our upper back. Let's do this 2 more times, dropping that belly, taking a big breath in. Exhaling to round through our upper back. And 1 more time, inhale to come through and up into our cow. Exhale as we come into cat. And then we'll make our way all the way up to center, releasing those hands down. Let's lift our right arm towards the sky. And then gently fold over to the left, keeping both sit bones planted into your chair. And then we'll come back to center, switching sides, folding over to the right. And we'll just start to flow side to side here, going at your own pace, maybe inhaling in one direction and exhaling as we come into the other. And we'll do this 2 more times each side, big side body stretch. Again, trying not to force anything today, just let it happen naturally. 1 more time each side. Good, all the way up and over. And then we'll make our way to center. From here, let's go ahead and take the bottoms of our feet together. Let the knees open wide into our seated butterfly. Just let the knees fall wide and our hips will start to open. And take a breath here in and exhale all the way out. And so we'll bring the knees back together. Coming into our first forward fold today, we have a couple choices, or a couple options I should say. So our first option is to keep our head above our heart by just bending the elbows and letting the belly come towards our thigh. And our hands are right above our knees. We can come a little bit farther, or full forward fold by letting our hands either come to the outside of our legs or to the inside of our legs. So your choice of where you go in your forward fold here today. Again, if we've got anything going on with eyes, heart, head, make sure that we stay a little bit higher here. But if you can get into that full forward fold, feel free to go there. And if you're in your full forward fold, slide your hands halfway up your shin. Otherwise, push into your hands and lift your heart into a variation of our monkey pose. And then let's come back into that forward fold. And again, we'll slide our hands halfway up our shin, shine our heart forward, and then we'll make our way all the way up to seated. From here, we're going to straighten both legs and come to a forward fold with our legs straight. We want to make sure that we don't fall out of our chairs here though, so we're not going to go into full forward fold, just a little hinge. So we'll slide our hands right above our knees and keeping our spine nice and long, we'll hold here. You should be feeling a nice stretch up the back of your legs. Heels are down, toes are pointed, up towards the sky or in towards us just a little bit, so really flexing through the feet. And again, we'll keep the heart lifted and then slowly come back up, taking one foot and then the other. So now let's slide our right foot out at an angle, and if you need to make adjustments in your chair, feel free. We'll allow the back of that hand to come down towards our knee or our ankle, and then the opposite arm reaches for the sky. Take a big breath here and send it into the outer edge of that rib cage, and see if you can find space in your ribs to really expand through your lungs. And exhale, just let everything relax. We'll make our way all the way back to center. Bring that foot in and do the same thing on the other side. So the leg comes out at an angle. We sit up nice and tall. Slide your hand down the inside of your leg, reaching that arm all the way up towards the sky. And again, as we breathe, this time the outer edge of that right rib cage. See if you can find more room or more space within your lung to really fill it up. And exhale, relax it out. Let's go ahead and make our way back to center. And from here, we're going to turn in our chair. So So I'm going to turn my chair to the side so that we will all, I think we'll be okay this way. You should be fine. All right, let's take our right leg out to the side. Sorry about that. So that our one leg is off to the side of the chair and the other leg is forward. And then we'll just face sideways here. So a nice wide-legged forward fold is where we're coming to. But again, we want to make sure that we stay safe. So we're just going to come into a half forward fold. This time we can either hinge forward here, just a little angle, or we can hinge so that our shoulders come in line or a little bit higher than our knees. If you'd like to take full forward fold, we can bring our hands to the floor and let the crown of the head melt towards the earth. But your choice, lots of options here, so go where your body takes you. And if you're all the way down, we'll take one hand to our thighs and then the other, and we'll sit up nice and tall. And we're going to turn now to the right of our chair. So let's let that right knee go sideways in our chair. We'll hold on to the back of our chair with that arm, and then the left knee will go down towards the ground here. So we want that knee underneath our hip. And then the back toes can stay tucked under. Our eyes will look over that front bent knee, and then we'll reach the arm out in front. And then bring the arm overhead. As we do that though, let the shoulder roll down your back. And a little mini back bend here, leading with our heart. So imagine that you are a rainbow. After this little storm comes the rainbow. So lead with your heart as you come up and then back into your little back bend. And we can come back up with our arms straight out in front. Let's reach that arm across our chest to open up our back. And then we'll sweep our arm out to the side. Let the palm flip to the sky. Reach your arm overhead now, and we'll just tip towards our chair. So again, staying safe, only going where your body allows you to go. And we'll come back to center. Release the hand down to your side, and we're going to make 2 circles to the front and 2 circles to the back with our arm. So we'll come forward, and then we'll go backwards. I guess that was really forward and back in reverse. But anyways, 2 circles one direction and 2 the other. You never know with me. Well, hopefully you got a little laugh out of that, because I know I'm laughing at myself. All right, that's all good. Let's come out of that. So we want to take this knee that's down and bring it forward. And we'll come out of this nice and easy. So one leg forward and then the other. And we're going to come into that little straddle move again. So let's sweep our left leg out to the side. So we're straddling the edge of our chair. Coming back into that forward fold, any variation that suits your body. So I'm going to come just halfway to this time. But again, feel free to come all the way down. We can always come into a little variation of child's pose, so whatever feels best on your body. Rolling our shoulders on our back if we are up, and we'll just hold here for a moment. And then go ahead and push into those hands, making our way all the way up. Well, one knee is already to the side, so we're going to turn in the direction of that knee. Holding onto the back of the chair now with our left hand, and our right knee is going down towards the ground. The heel stays off the ground, toes are tucked under. And let's go in the same direction as that knee, that bent knee. So our shoulders roll down our back. We'll let the outer arm come forward and overhead. Again, we'll let the shoulder roll down your back. And then we'll come into that little rainbow, into a little back bend. So leading with our heart as we come up and back. Making our way back to center, letting that arm come out in front and reaching across our chest to open up our upper back. Bringing the arm out to the side. And we'll flip our palm to the sky as we reach it up. and over, tipping towards the chair. Making our way back to center here. We'll make those 2 circles. So I'm gonna go forward and back this time. So forward, 1, and 2, and now we can take it backward. Take it back, and 2, good. So let's come out of this by taking that bottom leg forward, and then we'll turn so we're facing the front again, nice and easy. So I want to do a little chair pose with you before we make our way up to standing. So slide back in your chair, and as we come into chair pose, a couple options. If you need help getting out of your chair, please feel free to either take your hands to your thighs or underneath your chair. Otherwise, hands at heart center. We'll lift up out of our chairs and hover with our hips right in, going or reaching towards our seat of our chair here. So while we're in chair, we want to make sure that we're not rounding through our back, but the weight is in our heels. And then we'll make our way all the way up to standing mountain pose. So take a big breath in, palms to touch, exhaling our hands down through heart center. Well, we made it up, so that's good. I said in the beginning we are going to be up and down in our chair. So we are up and not down anymore. With that being said, I'm going to turn my chair so that you can see what I'm going to do, but I would like you to go behind your chair. So we're going to work a little bit of balance here, but while we're getting ready to balance, let's get our feet and ankles ready for this big balance pose. So we can either hold on to the back of the chair, or we can let our hands come to our side. Imagine that the crown of your head is reaching towards the sky, and we're just going to lift up onto our toes and release down. So this is not an easy move, I know. Just make sure that we're not rocking here or starting with our hips back. We want to just lift towards the sky and release back down. So now we can add some arms if that's comfortable. We can float our arms overhead and back down. Maybe not. Your choice. Your practice. Let's go with the breath though. Inhale as we come up. Exhaling as we float down. One more time to float up on the inhale. Exhale to float down. Good. From here, let's take our hands to the back of the chair, and we're coming into a standing bird dog. And I don't think we've done this before. If we have, we haven't done it much. So going at your own pace and listening to your body. So we would like to, or we'll take our one arm up. Doesn't matter which one. We're going to do opposite arm and opposite leg. I'm going to lift my left arm up and then slide my right foot back behind me. So you see how we're nice and tall here? Just make sure the standing knee is soft, belly's pulled in, the shoulders are down our back. And then we'll start to lift that foot off the ground, maybe about an inch. And we're in standing bird dog. So if we'd like to challenge ourselves just a little bit, we can start to come forward a little, but make sure that we're not bending as we hinge forward, but we keep our spine tall and we hinge here, like this, with our spine nice and tall. So your choice of where we're at, and then let's come on back to center. Nice work. So let's do the same thing on the other side. I know you got this. So we're going to stand up tall, shoulders roll down our back. Let's slide our left foot back behind us so our toes are on the ground. The hips and shoulders stay square forward, and then we'll lift the opposite arm up to my right arm, and then again we'll just lift that back leg up. And if we'd like to hinge, we'll hinge here at our hips and not at our waist. Does that make sense? We don't want to collapse into this, but we want to stay nice and long. That long, neutral spine. And then we'll come on back. So let's flow with that. Just let's say 2 times, going at your own pace. So with your own breath, maybe we don't tip as much on this one. Maybe we just lift the arm and the leg. So let's try it. So as we inhale, opposite arm and opposite leg. And release as we exhale. Inhale. And exhale. It's not easy. There goes my balance. Let's try the other side. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Well, for those of you that don't know me personally, you'll find that I really like to just laugh at myself. Think life is too serious, so really have fun with yourself. Don't judge. If things are not going right, oh well, just roll with it. Keep going. As long as you don't hurt yourself, you know, have fun with it. Again, try not to judge yourself. You always need a good laugh. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a break because we're coming back into some more work before we make our way back down into our chairs for Shavasana. So our next pose will be our downward facing dog, and you have a few options. So the first option is to stay right behind your chair. Hands on the chair, and we can walk our feet back until we have a flat back, and our eyes will stay looking down at the floor, knees are soft. Next option is to let the head come down so our ears are in line with our shoulders. And if we'd like to go a little bit deeper today into our downward facing dog, we can take the palms of our hands to the seat of our chair, walking our feet back. Again, our knees are soft, and then we'll let our ears come in line with our shoulders. So whatever variation of downward facing dog serves you best, I'll let you get there. And we'll hold here for a few moments, a few breaths while everyone settles in. And then when you're ready, we can look to the seat of our chair and slowly start to walk our feet in so our hands are still on our chair, whether low or high. And then we'll slowly start to restack our spine, one vertebrae at a time. Let the shoulders roll down our back and our head can come back to center. Take a big breath in, palms to touch, as we exhale our hands down through heart center. Okay, one more balance move, I promise, before we go. And we're gonna come into our fallen star. So hopefully you can all see me here. So with fallen star, we wanna stand nice and tall, letting our right toes come out to the side, and then noticing that our hips and our shoulders stay square forward. We'll bring both arms overhead, open your fingers nice and wide, and then the arms can come out at a slight angle. Our standing knee is soft, and then we'll shift all our weight over onto the standing leg and lift our toes off the ground. Now they don't have to come up high, maybe an inch. But if we're up for our fallen star, we can do a little tip to the side. Really try to keep that belly pulled in tight, and that'll protect your spine, and it does help with balance as well. And then when you're ready, we can make our way back to our standing mountain. Big breath in, palms to touch, exhaling our hands down through heart center. And let's do fallen star on the other side. So when you're ready, we'll really ground our feet into the earth here and allow the left toes to come out to the side, or our left leg, toes on the ground, reaching our arms up and at an angle with our fingers nice and wide. Again, that standing knee is soft, our shoulders are down our back and our bellies are pulled in tight. We can come into that little bit of a tip, just lifting the foot off the ground, maybe going a little bit deeper. Your choice, your fallen star. Play with it, have fun with it, try not to take it too seriously. And we'll come all the way back down. Ooh, deep breath in. Palms to touch, exhale, big sigh out. Well, we're done standing and we are done with all these great poses. Now it's time to come into some Shavasana. So make your way into your chair any way that feels comfortable for you. And feel free to take any extra or last minute stretches that your body needs. I'm not going to take any more stretches for you or do any more stretches with you. But feel free to take a few moments. We can put the video on pause if you need to, any stretches that your body may need. But when you're ready, let's settle into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. So we want to make sure that our feet are really grounded into the earth here, or into your floor, but which is attached to the earth, because we want to feel our feet in the ground. And again, if you're wearing shoes, that's okay. Just feel rooted here. And then we can allow our sit bones to root into our chair. And when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes or come to a soft gaze. And slow your breath down. So just notice the energy that's flowing through your body. Has anything shifted or changed? We got our heart rates up there a little bit with some of those balance poses. So just be aware, just notice. So as we come into our Shavasana, taking a few moments just for ourselves to be present in this moment, try to quiet your mind. Again, not worrying about the past and definitely not worrying about the future. The only focus that you need to have right now is on your breath. So allow each breath in to send positive healing energy to any parts of your body, whether it be your mind, your muscles, your tissues, anything that needs healing at this moment. And with each exhale, let that wave of air take with it anything that no longer serves you, anything that's holding you back from achieving whatever it is you may be or may need. So just allow the breath to come in and out of your body like a wave, healing your body with each breath, letting go of anything holding you back, letting go of any tension or pain. Just let go. So for the next few moments, just breathe. Take 3 more long breaths in and out of your nose, continuing to relax. When you're ready, we can bring our hands back together at heart center, plugging our thumbs into our heartbeat and gently bowing our chin down towards our chest. In gratitude, give yourself a little thank you, a little pat on the back for taking time out of your day just to be present in this moment. Let's keep our eyes closed as we bring our head back to center. And think of the first 3 people that come to your mind. Send out a little extra love, peace, hope, whatever it is you think that they may need into the universe. And all of the love that you sent out into the universe, bring it back and give it to yourself as well. When you're ready, allow your eyes to slowly flutter open. We can pull our hands away from our heart and start to rub our hands together, building heat and energy between our hands. And when they're nice and warm and full of positive energy, lots of good healing energy, just allow them to rest on your heart, bringing peace and love and whatever else that you may need back into your body. We'll seal our practice with one more big long breath in through our nose, opening our mouth and letting out a big sigh. Hands can come back together at heart center. Remember to be kind to others. I know that you're all very kind to others, but also remember to be kind to yourself. We tend to forget about ourselves, and we tend to be really hard on ourselves. So as you saw in our practice today, have fun with yourself. Just laugh at the little things. Try not to be so serious throughout your day-to-day lives. And may the sky above and the earth below bring peace into your heart. Namaste. Thank you again so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Enjoy, and I hope to see you all soon.